there, and today we're going to talk about what kind of traveler we actually are. And when it comes to traveling, it takes place in many shapes and forms. And so, easy speaking, we can put into three different categories. And one of them is leisure travel, one is business, and another one is special interest travelers. For example, someone who likes to trek the Himalaya, for example. And so most of us, we fall into the leisure travels. And that means anyone go on a holiday package, or just go to the sun, enjoy yourself in hotel, bed and breakfast, and so on. And then we have the business travelers for work, where you work during the day, stay in a hotel, have some dinner, and then go back to work again. But that's the form of traveling as well, because you go to different airports and stay in the different hotels and so on. And with the special interest holidays, that normally requires more planning. So for example, if you decide to take a 10-day trip to the Himalaya and do a trekking, then it needs a little bit more planning and perhaps some training before, and what kind of equipment and gear you need for that type of travel. And also within the different groups, you have different kind of forms with it. So if you take the leisure travels, I mean, you have the normal holiday maker who prefer a holiday package, or it could be all inclusive, with transport included back and forth to the airport and hotels. And then you have backpackers, and then you have you can do a short break, just see a big city anywhere in the world just for a few nights and exploring, and that's the part of the sightseeing. And so there is a big range of what kind of travels you can do, and whatever you prefer, go away something is always better than nothing. And as more you see of different places, as less scary the world is. Trust me on that. And so then you realize the differences is not that big when you're home than when you're away, because the end of the day is people you're meeting, and end of the day we're all people. And but obviously if you go to different areas, I mean, you're having a mountain scenery in one, you have the beach in the next, and so on. So for whatever purpose your travels is, I think we can agree that just go somewhere is a great feel. Just heading to the airport, know you're going somewhere. You go in there to the airport, check in your luggage, print out your ticket, and then have something to eat and a drink, and look forward to where you're going. And also when you arrive, especially to an airport you haven't been before, it's like a new environment for you, so you haven't seen it. So that gives a pleasure on its own. And so the whole thing is just to get out, get away. It can be for 1 day, 2 weeks, 3 months. It doesn't really matter. Just be able to get that feel that you're on your way somewhere, and enjoy it as much as you can. So also within your travel you can also mix it up. So for example, if you go to a sun holiday for 2 weeks, then you can spend a few days just be on the sun lounge and enjoy the sun and work on your suntan. When you get bored of that, then you can start do some exploring and trekking around the area, and or use one of the many sightseeing packets was usually around on your destination. And so I think it's a good way to mix up your trip. And so 1 day For example, you go out and eat. You can go to a local place one day where the local goes, and next day you can eat in your hotel. And so there is a range of varieties what can be done. And I think it's important not to stick to the same, because after a while you will end up in the same routines, and that's not what we want, because we have the same routines when we are at home. And so mix it up a little bit and and if it's something you enjoy more, do it more often. If you only stay for a week, the time goes fast, then it will be more of a one-way dimension for most people, I think. But if you stay 2 weeks, there's more time to mix it up. And hopefully soon we can all meet on travels. Stay tuned.